Hello. I know you can hear me, but you cannot see me yet.
Nope.
Say hi, Mumsy.
Hi, Mumsy.
I'm gonna turn off the logo.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna, and
That's a scary sight.
I will reveal the craziness behind the logo. Here we go. Boom.
Ah.
Hello, everybody. Look at all that. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at this.
camera's messed up. There we go.
So kind of an impromptu thing. Hope you guys are having a great night. Well, those of you who are going to be watching it tomorrow or whatever, hope you're having a great morrow,
Evening.
mevening.
Mevening.
Hope you're having a fabulous mevening. What if it's a morning or an orning?
You're such a goof.
Hi, Gregory.
Hey,
Scratch
Greg.
Main,
Scratch me.
Rustic
Woo-hoo.
Waters, Brooklyn Girl. Hey, guys. So check out that. Look at this. Professional lower third flashing on and
Stop.
off. Wow. Look at the
That's
magic
so
of Hollywood.
funny. Magical. Hollywood. No, 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 no.
No.
Ohio.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, when we get a few more folks on tonight, we've got a couple things we wanted to chat about, answer some questions,
Yeah.
spend some fun time. Hey, Nifty Thrifty Bits.
Hello.
In all honesty, we are kind of freewheeling tonight. This is not going to be nearly as organized.
Brad does not have any notes.
But I
I
can
will get
still.
no pics. Ah.
This actually is really funny, and I'll share this with you. I actually had this idea for a book a long time ago, and I started to do it. I started writing my book. Scratch Made. Hi, Brad and Krista.
Hi.
Hello, Wanda. Hello, Le
Wanda.
Francois. Oh, that's cool. DV.
Hey.
Hey. So the idea for this book, guys, I don't know if I'm going to call it Not Knighted or I'm a Loser. And the reason why I had this idea a long time ago, and a buddy of mine, it was like we were talking about it, and it shot out of my mouth, and then he actually did this thing that I thought up, and well, I'll explain. Basically, the idea is to write a bunch of letters to really, really famous people suggesting that you be nominated for things that are just amazing, like amazing accolades. And this particular letter right here, I don't know if you can see, but that's going to Prime Minister David Cameron, which actually is really interesting, especially in light of recent news events. I don't know if he still resides there, but Prime Minister Cameron, I suggested to him in this letter that I feel like I represent a really healthy amount of the ideals of the crown, and I feel like I should be knighted. And so I tell him, I lay it out here in the letter why I should be knighted. And the idea of the book is that you're going to get a lot of people who are going to go ahead and mail you back letters. And we did get a letter back from.
Yeah, it was really.
It was really hilarious. We got a letter back, and well, in the original, I was not knighted, and they just basically tried to say, "Oh, you silly American, you can't be knighted.
No.
You can't be knighted." But the funny thing was there was a ton of misspellings. There was just a ton of misspellings and grammar errors, and it was not the grammar error kind of thing where it was like analog, like GUE, like it would be
Right, not the traditional.
analog.
Yeah, like if you're spelling favorite, you'd put a U in after the O, not.
Yeah, Sir Brad.
Sir Brad.
Thank you. So yeah, but I got another one.
Shining armor.
Oh, thanks, honey. I got another one that's going to go out to the Corn Palace, Mr. Schmidt here.
He wants to be King Corn.
I want to be crowned King Corn. So we'll see how
I
they.
don't really think that's a good title.
But I got a bunch of letters, and we'll see what people respond. Because usually, I think people are just going, "What's wrong with this fruit bar?"
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So anyway, tonight, what'd she say?
She likes my hairstyle. This is my sweaty hairstyle.
Oh yeah, and
Oh.
well, let's talk about that, shall we? That was one of the things that it's been a journey all day long.
Long day. I gotta tell you.
Why don't you go ahead and tell the folks what we've been doing for up until, well, literally just a few minutes ago.
Cleaning out the barn.
Why, Mama?
And cleaning the boys' room. Well, no, supervising, I should say, the boys' room. I'm not cleaning anything in that room. Ugh,
it's pretty nappy.
So gross.
It's pretty. Hey, Laura. Hey, Vicky. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. I know it.
Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer rabbits. Yes. Rustic
That's
Waters.
awesome.
Jan. Hey, Jan.
Awesome.
The Viking. Yes.
And DB Homestead, I saw your comment about they got their cow.
Yay!
I'm so excited you got your cow. So the
Hi, all.
the cow decided to step in the milk bucket, but thankfully half of the milk was in another pan. Good call on that one. I've lost a few pails of milk before.
Yes.
It happens, and then it just goes to the chickens. So.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and that's zero fun because
Yeah.
you just spend all the work and all the time.
Right. I'll have to show you the thing I created a milk
Danny B.
bonnet. Our milk bonnet.
Is it accessible?
No, it's on the bucket.
Okay.
I can have Claire go get it.
Well, Claire's probably stalking us
Hey,
anyway.
Claire.
So
Anyhow.
anyway, well, going back, the reason why we've been out cleaning the barn, and let me show you our shed. Let's see if I can get these logos going crazy. Look at that. This is our shed earlier today.
It was so
And
hot.
what you don't see is that at this point, that little red trailer was completely filled up with stuff like old beds, a weed trimmer that has never been used.
Well, one was a yard vac, one was a leaf shredder, a lawnmower, a couple of fans, two air conditioners, like portable air conditioners.
Well, yeah.
A turkey fryer.
Yeah. So basically, hold on to that for a little bit then. Basically, what's happening, and we put out a video earlier, is our eldest boy.
Greg says our barn threw up.
It did. Our eldest boy, David, he's actually got a career and he's got a plan and the whole 9 yards. He's getting ready to go on a church mission trip, literally in a couple days.
Yeah.
And then he's only home for a short amount of time, and he's leaving for Haiti for at least a month.
Yep.
Then he comes back, and he's going to start that big transition away from the nest. And
yes, it's bittersweet.
It is. It's time. You know, it's one of those things where it's like he's done being a boy.
Yeah, and he thinks we're still
Deep South.
Dumb.
Well, of course. Well, clearly, I mean,
we're the dumbest people on earth.
We've never lived through anything.
No.
What do we know?
We weren't teenagers once.
We never know what you're doing.
No.
But bottom line is that it's one of those things where we're going to go ahead and convert that shed, or rather, this shed right here, into, I love this editing thing.
I love it. It's so funny.
We're going to convert that guy into a living space for David, and we've already got electric, we've got air conditioning, we've got bed, and what's really funny about this, Carolyn, he is 18.
Yep.
But he's an old 18.
Yeah, he is an old 18.
He's an old 18.
Yeah.
But this right now, the solar panels, and that. Yeah,
it runs the lights.
His house has solar backup. Mine doesn't. But this is what the shed looks like right now, and I know you're going to see an amazingly huge difference. You're going to go, wow, how is that even possible? But that transformation happened in only 5 hours. Look at that.
It still looks a mess.
Look at that. It went from this, booyah, to this.
Yeah, it's a ton better. A lot of that stuff is him. He moved his stuff out of the boys' room in the house, and so he hasn't organized it or anything like that. So it's still kind of messy, but.
Yeah, and he's honestly actually in the other room making preparations for Haiti. There's some folks who have called and said that they wanted to help him out with like the airfare and stuff like that, and so he's just calling and making those arrangements.
Yeah.
But the plan is that's where he's going to be, and the idea behind the whole thing is he's going to start really getting on his bills, starting to work on those adult things like budgets.
Right. And he has a full-time job.
He does have a full-time job. He is an actual carpenter, and that's what he wanted to do.
Right.
He went to school to be a carpenter, and he loves it.
And he got a $4 raise in less than a month.
Yeah, he got 3 different raises.
Yep.
And so, well done, David.
Yay.
But now that that plan, the shed out there, is a transition plan.
Yeah.
Within the next, whatever it takes. If he needs 5 months, 6 months, and
Right.
as long as he's not an idiot like normal,
There's that.
then he can stay with peace in his heart.
And still have free food.
Yeah. So the idea is that we're going to start really working with him more and more and more. I mean, we've shown him all these skills, but now it's a reality.
Yeah.
Now it's like, bam, in your face. Right. You are going to be on your own here, son.
Right, right. He's got to learn to be an adult and be on his own. I lost what I was going to say. Never mind. It's been a long day.
What? Did you just go?
Yeah. I did. I did.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Yeah.
So he's 18.
Shan DeGlam, yes, he is flying to Haiti. He has flown before, but he was with a group of people.
A missionary.
A mission team. This next time he'll be
he's on his own.
out on his own.
Yeah, what's going on is there's actually a group down there called SIF, which is Servants in Fellowship, and they have leadership that stays down there most of the time, and they work with different communities and schools and literally communities. They literally in the last year have built, was it 80 homes?
No, 164.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, guys, this is not like our version of home.
No.
It's literally a glorified shed, and not even a nice one by the United States standards. And I throw up the air quotes like nice because, hey, if you got shelter, that's pretty nice, especially if you've seen what it's like down there.
Oh, it's awful.
It's miserable. There are so many people that are literally still living in tents and in garbage from the hurricane and the earthquake.
Right.
And so when you say house, it's literally not even 2x4s, but stick-built frame with metal sidings. They have a platform. They've got some ventilation. And one cool thing that they do, actually, though, they do pray with the family, and they give them a Bible that's in Creole so they can read it.
Yep.
And they encourage them, and then the whole community works on trying to build up their basic needs. So it's really an interesting, practical way that you can actually get down to the nitty-gritty, and I'm not going to get all preachy tonight, so don't freak out. But one of the things that I always thought was really cool about Jesus is he didn't just roll into town and be like, thou shalt not, and thou shalt, and start preaching and the whatnot. He always took care of everybody's needs. He always took care of everybody's needs first, and then when everyone was willing to listen, that's when he would start talking about stuff. There's only very few exceptions to that rule. The general rule was he would take care of what was most important, then he would take care of the other side of things. Right. So I love that they're doing that down there in Haiti.
Right.
Go ahead.
NMS is asking if he's still there this winter, what heat source will he be using?
Well, the good news is in Haiti, it really doesn't get
in the shed.
Oh, in the shed, we've got plenty of stuff. We've got everything from kerosene heaters, we've got space heaters, propane heaters.
Yeah.
I was out there a good part of the winter at one point trying to work. Yeah. I mean, I did it in the summer and then I did it in the winter. And to be honest, the entire walls are lined with so many boxfuls of clothes.
Yeah.
There's no need for insulation.
No.
There is no need for insulation. It's ridiculous. And he's probably got, honestly, a foot and a half of insulation everywhere. Yep. It's just his box is right in the center of that thing.
Yeah, the only thing he might need is carpet on the floor. He's got a small rug, but,
Well, and I don't know if you guys saw in the picture. I'm going to call his picture back up here. If you notice, what do you see right there hanging in the red and the black? Even though he's been provided a really, really nice bed, he's hung up the hammock. We'll see how long and trendy that happens.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's going to not like that for his back very.
So NMS 886, he must have an understanding boss to let him leave for his job that long. Yes, actually, and we are super blessed to have his boss.
Oh, yeah, his boss is the son-in-law of the principal of the school he just went to, that he just graduated from, and
Solid
it's a
believers.
solid Christian company. So they are super excited to be able to let him go to Haiti for a whole month, and they'll save his job.
Yeah, and besides, from what I understand, I guess he's a carpenter. And I guess over here, it's kind of difficult to find carpenters who are skilled enough, who are actually willing to work and get there on time.
And not drug addicts.
Yeah, and so the boss has already said, no, we're good.
We'll keep you.
We're good. You come on back in a month. And so it is a huge, humongous blessing.
Right. Okay, DV Homestead, you're being really honored.
Well, she had her cow moment today.
I know. Well, the shed is made out of wood. It's its own heat source.
Yes, yeah.
No,
David himself, he's so hot. He illuminates heat out of his pores. He's hot. That is pretty sad. That is pretty sad, honey. Thank you, Jan. We are very proud of him. Yep. Wow. So that's cool. Okay, so here's a thing that I wanted to share with you guys tonight too. Not to get all crazy labored on this, but a lot of you have been asking about our daughter Grace and if there's anything you guys can do to help out. And I don't want to belabor the point, but a lot of you have asked, and so we went ahead and set up a patron page. We set up a patron page.
Yes.
And if you guys don't know what that is, it's where you can go and say, I'll give you $1 a month or $2 a month. And then we create extra content for you that you don't get to see on YouTube.
Right.
It could be, us doing video of something. It could be going someplace else. It could be, a motivational moment of the day or whatever.
Right.
And so for those of you who are interested, and please, if you're not interested, honestly, don't get all wiggy on us. It's really, this is for the people that have been asking, and we set it up. And so if you are interested, there is a link in the description below. And we do put up a lot of extra content, and we plan on doing that. So if that's your thing and you want to help us out, we're honestly super grateful.
Yeah, truly grateful. It's a way that we can both be here for her and be able to take care of her needs, as well as all of the other kids. We're a team, and we've got to be able to do this together. So.
Yeah. Okay. So patron thing done.
Yeah.
But
Jay Ranner was asking, do you charge him rent or does he charge you for storage?
That's funny.
Actually, we're going to charge him a little bit of rent just to help with
electricity. No rent, just electricity.
Just electricity. So, because the air conditioner is going to use a little bit. So
he is going to pay for his electric, but other than that, I think he's got a pretty sweet deal with, food and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Free food, free water, and showers.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jan.
Yeah.
Now, also, as you guys may know, I have got kind of let's just say a unique mind. I think a little different than a lot of people.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bark like that.
Yep. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So caught me off guard.
Hey, we are going to open up for like full-on raging Q&A time here in just a little bit. But before we do, I wanted to share with you. I every once in a while get ideas for like T-shirts. Like T-shirts that I think would be funny or cool or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I thought one up, and well, DV, where you at? Laura?
She's there.
DV Homestead. This I did not think up for you. I was not thinking of you specifically, but now that you're getting all sassy and you're getting all kind of crazy
totally
in the comments section, this is the shirt that I thought up. And, well, boom. How you like me now? How you like me now?
She's in her apron.
Hello, she's in her apron.
I made another apron.
So,
that's really cool.
So for those of you who know what that font may be, then it will be actually a whole lot funnier. So I'm coming back to us.
No, there's no room in the loft. There's 2 lofts and they're both full.
Yes. So the shirt idea, obviously, it's connecting a band that is a very rock and roll band who I really, really liked in high school.
Yeah.
But there you have it. And also, for those of you who are just as different mentally thinking as I am, there is a link to that in the thing down below. What?
Danny and Wanda, that isn't the word I would use.
That is not the word I would use. You just.
Yeah, see, I have to get one of those.
Because
I am the milk maiden.
Technically is. Nice. So a lot of you are catching the joke, but we actually put that t-shirt up. It's kind of a cool thing. For those of you guys who are content creators, like She's in Her Apron, that company called Threadless, there's a link down there, but all you got to do is upload whatever your art is, and then somebody orders it, and they make it, and they ship it, and then you just get like $1 or $2 or whatever the deal is.
Right. It's just a way for us to earn a little bit more income and to help Grace and
yeah, and that's kind of what we're doing. Yeah. But there's some other designs there. But for those of you guys who are content creators or have a channel, it's a really easy way. And it was honestly, it took me no time.
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
On Scout's honor, it took me more time to get the background around that cow image completely transparent in Photoshop than it did for me to make the Threadless account, post the art, and it made like 20 different products.
Oh, it's so cool. You
pick your colors,
women's shirts, tank tops, hoodies, zip hoodies.
Yeah, and you just go populate, and it goes. Poof,
oh, it's really.
And now you have literally like 30 products. And Hope's Homestead, it's called Threadless, Thread, like no thread, Threadless.
Yeah.
And there's a link down there to our that's another thing too. For you guys who are content creators, if you'll notice, our address is bigfamilyhomestead.threadless.com. So you can make your own actual like store.
Yeah, it's really neat.
So if you got a logo or something, it literally took me minutes to pop that stuff together. I made 3 shirts in honestly less than a half hour.
Awesome.
Not just shirts, but like hoodies and mugs and all that kind of stuff. And it's so cool because I don't want to have to go to a screen printer or get screen printing.
And then have a lot of outgoing product on hand that doesn't sell. And
yeah, so it's like, and it's basically like, it's one-to-one sales. If somebody wants it, they click on and buy it, and that's that.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Okay, looking for questions now, guys. So that's the end of the Threadless thing. Oh, you're gonna show them your thing, Mama?
I'm gonna show them the milk thing.
The milk thing.
So I got really tired of when I'd milk the cow and milk Petunia. Hair gets in the milk, right? And then it's just gross. Well, okay, and I'm really kind of picky about my milk and not having stuff in it. So I have my cheap little bucket that I got from
Be back in a minute.
Coughing fit.
Coughing fit.
Holy
I'll be
smokes.
back.
I get to carry the show by myself. Thanks, hon. So okay, milk bucket, cheap 2-gallon milk bucket from Walmart, right? $11, I think, or was it $7? I don't remember. So I use a bungee cord to hold the lid on, right? And then in there, I have what's called my milk bonnet. And it is just some material that I found in my material storage box and some elastic. And I just sewed the elastic on to where it was just snug around the bucket, and that the cloth would go down. Yeah, it's a bonnet reversed almost.
Yeah.
Because then the milk goes down and then doesn't spray you in the face and any hair or dirt. Now, granted, I wash her udder really well, but sometimes some flakes of skin come off, and so I put this on there, and nothing gets in the milk. It's delightful. I love it.
Sorry about that, guys. I actually I'm on some medicine for my arthritis.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to get away from because we're trying to do as many natural remedies as possible.
But taking turmeric.
Yep.
And glucosamine.
And fish oil.
Fish oil, yep.
And it's actually been getting a lot better. But the issue is one of the medicines they give me dries me out like crazy. That's why you'll notice that's clear, guys. There's no apple juice in the house.
No, and I'm drinking sweet tea, not whiskey.
Ah. So anyway, we wanted to open up tonight and just tell you about what was going on with David. And for those of you guys who have had children that have moved on, stepped on to the new part of life, do you have any advice? Because this sucks.
Yeah, really sucks. But
it's easier to be angry at him when he does stupid things than it is to just, yeah. That was actually from the coughing.
Yeah.
But I'm not above crying.
No.
Nope.
No, we don't.
Not when it's important. But any advice from you guys? What are the easier ways to get through this? Just be mad and yell all the time? What do you think?
You know, we're having a hard time talking to him and trying to instruct him in the way he needs to be, you know, as an adult. You know, he just can't continue to be a kid forever, and he's got to learn how to communicate with adults, and which he's always been around even as a 4 and 5-year-old when you were touring. It's
well, and the thing is that in all honesty, well, okay, I may have to take a little bit of a departure here, but I have been feeling an urgency in a lot of different areas of our lives lately.
Yeah.
You guys know that we're really into being as prepared as we can. Some folks might even call us preppers. I would not. I would say that we're homesteaders that just happen to have a lot of stuff on hand because we used to be preppers.
Right. We transitioned from being preppers because we lived in town.
Well, and not only that, but when you wake up and you realize that the world around you is not as it seems, and that your food source could just be gone
Right.
in a snap. When you realize, oh my gosh, if I went to my pantry right now, I would not be able to feed my family more than a week tops. We freaked out, and we did what everybody does. You get your beans and you get your rice and you load it up and you get your buckets, and then at some point you start going, well, wait a minute, either that stuff's gonna go bad or we'll eat it all, or somebody will take it from you, or how do you prepare yourself in a way that is more sustainable? And we transitioned from fear, which is what prepping at its core started out being,
and relying on
started
the
out
store,
being, though.
right, and relying on the store to provide all of
Right.
these preps.
Right. So in the beginning, it was 100% fear, and then we transitioned from being fearful preppers to being, I would say, prepared. But then there's even a shift that happens then when you go, well, wait a minute. At some point, all this is going to run out. I need to learn how to do stuff.
Right, right. We needed to learn how to grow the food that we like to eat. That's important. You know, you can have a garden with tons of stuff in there, but if you hate all of the stuff that's in there, bad idea.
Bad juju.
Grow the things you like to eat. Don't grow, you know, tons of yellow squash if you hate it or allergic to it.
Yeah, well, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so that urgency has been on me specifically and Mama for at least 6 years now.
Yeah.
And now we're finally to the point where, okay, we got a handle on this.
Right.
We've got chickens, we've got bees, we've got goats, we've got a cow, we've got a garden, we've got our preps.
We got rabbits.
Yeah, and if we had to make it a year or more,
we could.
We could. And so that sense of urgency is changing. But going back to David, you guys were asking about David. I feel this sense of urgency, like I got to get in all of these skills. I got to get into him all of this advice. I got to get into his head. Do this, don't do that, even though we've been doing it forever.
Right. And that's a couple of comments that people have said is, trust what you have already taught him. He knows it. And that he'll come back to that.
I know, Jan,
So,
you're saying what we know. It's just, yeah. I guess since he's our first one that's going to be heading out, that it's like, oh man, there's a lot of pressure, and it's like, did we do this right? Did we sufficiently screw him up good enough?
I have heard from hundreds of people, not hundreds, 50s of people. How's that? That he's such an amazing kid. You guys have done an amazing job raising him. We don't see that here.
Yeah, we see all the stuff where the bickering and the yelling and the I don't want to do this. But everybody else says he's doing great, and
Right.
I guess maybe that's what's important.
Right. I mean, I guess we have done the best job that God has allowed us to be able to do, to get him out on his own and to be able to do what God is wanting him to do.
Yeah. So anyway, that's really kind of where we're at tonight, guys. So we're gonna Q&A for a little while. Anything off the wall, if it catches our eye, we'll answer it. Otherwise, we got to go out and weed the garden, and I got to see what kind of mess we have in shed land out there.
Worst thing ever.
So here we go.
If there's one job that I don't like doing, is weeding the garden.
I don't mind so much. You learn quick. Always
I'll milk
leave
the
it
cow
open.
and the goat. You can go weed the garden.
Okay, questions.
I'll do that anytime.
What is the meaning of life, Hope's Homestead? And I would say, honestly, I actually have the answer to that.
Okay.
Having purpose in Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Living out your purpose in Christ. Fulfilling your purpose in the person and God of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's really that easy. Okay, here we go. Roku channel.
I saw that, Amy. I'm sorry, I did see that earlier. She said the Homestead Network should have a Roku channel.
I looked into it. It looks like a pain in the butt. It looks like a huge pain in the butt. And they make you jump through a ton of hoops that just don't. It's not very user friendly. So Roku, until they make it easier, I don't know. We'll see. Other questions. Okay.
That's okay, Laura. I understand about that. See, I've got Claire, and she cleans all the milking supplies. I do the milking, she cleans it up.
We all have our tasks.
Because I hate doing that part too.
Go do your other job, Brian B.
Yeah.
Have a great one. Yeah, you get to work. Get to work, Brian B.
Slacker.
Jeez. So, okay. Anybody with questions tonight? Because we really just wanted to come on and chat for a little bit.
Yeah.
Good night, Brian B. Peace out.
Good night, guys.
All right. How do you feel about this whole FBI Clinton news? Of course, you had to poke the bear, didn't you, South Georgia? You had to poke the bear.
Don't poke the bear. Because even I'm ticked off about it, and I don't get ticked off about anything.
We try to stay away from politics as much as we can on this channel. And I'm going to say something that you guys, only the people who are supporters of Clinton will think I'm being political. If it were anybody else, you or me, any one of you typing right now, we'd be in federal prison for doing 1/1000th of what they got away with.
Okay, what if Hillary Clinton gets off?
Why don't we?
Wait. Then we owe an apology to Richard Nixon.
Oh yeah, Richard Nixon didn't do a tenth of that.
Okay, yeah. So let's be done with that. I want to go back to Shanda Glam is asking, because I hate politics.
Yeah.
Is asking if we have a video making cheese from goat's milk. Yes, we do.
From goat's milk?
Yes, goat's milk cheese.
Oh yeah.
We do have a video, and it is, I gotta tell you, goat cheese is fantastic.
Just check into our playlist.
Yeah. I don't freeze any. She's in her apron is asking if we freeze our dairy. I don't freeze any.
You freeze your cheese?
I'll get to that. I don't freeze any of the milk, but I do freeze the goat's cheese. I have probably 3/4 of a freezer full of goat cheese. I need an outlet. Anybody got an outlet?
Who wants to buy some?
Who wants some goat
cheese? Who wants some goat cheese? Get your goat cheese right here. 2 for 1.
Lots of it. It's raw goat cheese. It is fantastic. I've had so many people who are connoisseurs of goat cheese say that it is the best they've ever had. So I guess that's pretty
Cindy is asking, fresh or dry turmeric? I don't have access to fresh, so we had to get the capsules from whatever it was, Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And actually, did you guys hear about that? Whole Foods is blowing my mind. They have made a deal, a backhanded deal, to not label and falsely, intentionally deceive you about genetically modified foods.
Yeah.
Don't believe me? Look it up. But that is a huge downer for me, because they're our go-to when it's like we want something that is clearly labeled. We know what it is. But Whole Foods, you're dropping the ball here, guys. What the heck, bros?
Yeah. Oh, Kelly's saying that local Mexican restaurants may be interested in some goat cheese. Never thought. I didn't think
What's
they
up,
used
BC Truck?
goat cheese. Huh. I'll have to check that out.
Take oral turmeric capsules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Haley, I could sell it at our local farmer's market. I honestly just don't have time. You know, it's that simple. And it's funny because I go to our farmer's market and I laugh because everything that is
It's really
at
funny.
those, I don't know why I waste my time
all
going.
the booths.
All the booths that are there, we either do, make, or
have it,
or
do
have
it.
or
She's like, do that, yep,
I'm like,
do that,
yeah, I don't
yep,
need that.
make
I don't
that.
need that. Yeah, it's all stuff that we do. So it's just comical.
Hey, I see a lot of you guys are familiar with BC Truck, who has signed on.
Hey,
What up,
BC?
BC? And I would like to point out that this will be the second time that I am throwing him under the bus. Yes, BC Truck, you need to get on the Homestead Network. You need to have your own channel. And I think everybody who is chiming in right now should get on you and say, yes, you should have your own channel. An opinion's it's a very good thing. Never waste it.
Right.
Right? So, anyway, is there a farmer's market vendor that would sell your goat cheese for you?
Probably, but I don't know any. I don't know anybody that has a table.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry.
I hear the BC Truck name here a lot. Kelly Hudson.
Uh-oh.
Another fit. Coming on.
Uh-oh. I've never gone to
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods thinking I don't want to anymore. Yeah. No, it's, you know, I'm not a fan of stores who want to deceive you.
Well, and it came out that it was like backhanded corporate nonsense,
Yeah.
that they were intentionally trying to word things.
Right.
Excuse me. I think I gotta go, guys.
Sorry, baby.
I gotta cut this one short.
Yeah.
You on your own, or you were saying goodnight?
No, I can't do this by myself. I was struggling just talking about the milk bucket.
So, anyway, I think I'm gonna be okay. Somebody got a lozenge. I need a lozenge.
Here, there's one right here.
Actually, maybe we can
Here,
keep going.
We'll try this. Oh, the almonds are dropping.
Jan, the funny thing is, I'm actually allergic to dust, and that's what I've been doing all day long. Is been in mountains and mountains of dust. So,
okay,
hey, these Ricolas, aren't these from Norway? I don't know. I'm just teasing. I have no idea.
No, they're from Switzerland, aren't they?
So,
yeah, Switzerland.
I don't think they're really from Switzerland. I'm sure that's marketing, don't you think?
No, manufacturers in Switzerland.
Oh, cool. Who knew? Yeah, I was in the shed cleaning the dust. So, but anyway, guys, I've seen it. He has some real tough.
Haley,
it's the lozenge. It's the lozenges.
I think Aldi's is, I don't know if they're going more organic, but I know they are eliminating foods that have been sprayed with chemicals and bee-killing chemicals. Clothiandians, is that what they're called?
The bee-killing chemicals?
Yeah.
Yeah, clothiandian, which is it's made by Bayer Crop Science.
Right. Yeah, they're getting rid of all of the vegetables and fruits that have been sprayed with those kind of chemicals. So, yeah.
Well, anyhow, guys, listen, the Homestead Network, just a quick plug and then we're going to be out of here. It's a grouping of channels that are all under the same umbrella. We all have our own little slots. Like BC Truck should have a slot, but he's just a stubborn old curmudgeon-y, bacon-loving dude, and we love him for it.
Yeah.
But he should have a channel, but it's basically we pick nights like tonight, but usually it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we have live events, and we get together, and we just have a lot of fun.
Right.
So if you want to check it out, all of the channels are listed on thehomesteadnetwork.com. And just to recap, if you're interested in the patron thing, the links are down below.
Yep.
If you want one of those funky, weird old, t-shirts like this one, like the one that I, in my infinite awesomeness, thought up, because, oh, heck yeah, run to the hills, milk maiden, run to the hills.
Yeah, Danny, you're right. Anyone who loves bacon gets my vote.
And
yeah, me too.
Can't be bad if you love bacon.
No.
So anyway, guys, wanted to say good night.
Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
I'm going to go throw up my vocal cords.
Don't do that.
Bye.